What is good, my beautiful people? How are we doing today? It is Icicle Fisher, and I'm going to be bringing you guys an RU match that I had on Pokemon Showdown against none other than the wonderful mootypwns. If you don't know her already, which most of you will, check out the link in the description. She does loads of PIP narrations. Pokemon's really good, so check her out if you haven't done so already. I am away again, as you probably guessed, like a different narrating from a different place, but I do have my laptop and my camera with me, so I will be able to get down this narration for you guys, which is absolutely fantastic. Team preview. My team is kind of standard RU good stuff. It's a pretty boring team, to be honest. Not much explanation. You got the Fire, Water, Grass core, Rapid Spinner, Stealth Rocker, and Spin Blocker. I kind of just do it together, but it works out pretty well. Her team, threats on her team, I'm going to be seeing are the Rotom Cut. It's going to be pretty scary, because I don't really have a massive special defensive wall, with the exception of Slowking, which is obviously weak to both of Rotom Cut's stabs, so we'll see how I play around that. I lead off with my Druddigon as she leads off with her Rotom Cut. Indeed, gonna go for the Volt Switch, as I see this as an opportunity to set up my Stealth Rocks, knowing that the Rotom Cut can't really touch me too much. Then I'm going to make a nice prediction, as I'm going to predict her to go for the Stealth Rocks and not for the Outrage, and I'm going to go for the Outrage of my own, which is absolutely fantastic, which means I am going to be able to take Druddigon down, which is a big threat to my team, which is very nice indeed. Now, she's going to bring in her Escavalier, and I guess she underestimates the damage that my Druddigon is going to do to her Escavalier. It's going to be more than enough to break the sub, which is absolutely fantastic. All she is able to do is get off an Iron Head on me, which is going to rack up some Rough Skin recoil, which is absolutely fantastic. I am, of course, confused. I get the 3-turn Outrage, which is a little bit lucky for me, but I'm going to go into my Slowking, knowing that I can take an Iron Head, predicting her not to go for the Mega Horn. It was a bit of a risky play on my part, but hey, what are you going to do? I would have liked to keep my Druddigon around for a bit longer, which is absolutely fantastic. Take out the Escavalier with a Surf, because I do indeed outspeed it, which is something pretty interesting, you know, just something to bear in mind. Anyway, she brings in her Rotom. I'm just going to kind of bring in my Druddigon as Death Fodder here, but she goes for the Volt Switch, meaning I can live. But she brings in her Hitmonchan, and I am going to go down to the Mach Punch. What I should have done here is brought in my Spiritomb, because the Hitmonchan can't really touch it, but I bring in my Tangrowth, and then I scout for the Ice Punch, even though it wouldn't have done too much damage. I go into my Slowking predicting that, but she just goes for the Rapid Spin, you know, cutting out the crap there. I am going to go for the Slow Shot with my Slowking, which is absolutely fantastic, hitting the Rotoms for a lot of damage. And she goes for the Trick, which is pretty interesting. She takes my Choice Specs, and I take a Choice Scarf. This is going to play a lot, like a big role in the game later, as she goes out for Volt Switches out into a Hitmonchan. I see this as an opportunity to put something to sleep, which is going to be very useful indeed. I would have liked to put the Rotom Cart to sleep, but hey, what are you going to do? I'm going to be able to bring in my Hitmonchan, take out the Rotom with a Mach Punch, and I want to get a spin off here, but obviously she brings in her Slowking, makes a very nice prediction indeed. I predict the Psychic move going into my Spiritomb, but she goes for the Trick Room, and I'm like, I'm just going to go for the Sucker Punch, knowing that I can live a hit, wanting to get a massive chunk of damage, and then I kind of think that she might switch, but just in case she didn't, I still wanted to be able to take her out, so I go for the Snardo Sneak, which is kind of like a compromise, and then I'm going to be able to hit the Entei with the Sucker Punch, doing a lot of damage to her. Actually takes me out with a Stone Edge. Then I'm going to bring in my Slowking and double to my Tangrowth, baiting the Slowking switch, and just as the turns of Trick Room wear off, which was a nice play on my part. However, I'm going to make a horrible over prediction, go for the Hidden Power Rock, predicting the Entei to come back in, which is going to allow her to set up Trick Room again. I'm like, so, you know, the nice play was cancelled out by the dodgy play there. I'm going to predict the Fire Blast, go into my own Slowking, and then it's going to be Psyshock versus Psyshock Slowking wars here. I know that my Slowking has a much greater damage output because I am indeed Specs. She has leftovers, which means she's going to be recovering, but it's not going to be enough to where she's going to be able to win this Slowking versus Slowking matchup. Then I'm going to predict on the last turn of Trick Room her to go for the Psyshock, knowing that Tangrowth with its fantastic physical defense is going to be able to take it. The Trick Room is going to wear off. I'm going to be able to take the Slowking out with a Hidden Power Rock, lock myself into that, because you may as well. She's going to hit me with a Stone Edge, but thanks to it being Tangrowth, I am going to be able to survive. She didn't want to lock herself into Flare Blitz because recoil. I have a Slowking, and you know, she might have got a crit, and then it could have been a very different game indeed. I'm going to be able to bring on my Slowking on her sleeping Hitmonchan and take it out with a Psyshock, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the game. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, thank you Mooty for the game. Absolutely really fun game, and yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. I don't have much else to say. Just thank you for watching. Drop a like, comment, subscribe-ification if you so desire. If you enjoyed this, please do. Really helps out. And yeah, if you have an interesting story about your life, drop it in the comments. because, hey, I like hearing about people's life stories. Woo! Anyway, yeah, have a nice day, or evening, or night, or afternoon, or whatever the time of day it may be where you are. And that's pretty much it. Icicle Fish signing out. Peace, guys.